develop India within 2020, then we would have not be in this current situation. We would have already came out of this COVID spread, came out of this economic downfall. We would have handled in a better way the COVID, the economic situation. India ruled by the political parties for their own agenda. And with their own agenda, whatever we have witnessed the unemployment, witnessed the negative growth in all the three sectors of the economy: agriculture, manufacturing, industry, and service sector. All the three sectors of the economy has resurgence of the past 20 years. So, 2020, the Kalam year 2020 and the Corona has ensured that the policies followed by the ruling class, ruling political parties have miserably failed. And now it is the youth who need to channelize their ideas, channelize their thought process, and then take up the visions set by Dr. Kalam. So 2020 has the Corona, before Corona and after Corona, has ensured that the right time for the country to take up the vision given by Dr. Kalam, to make India as an oil superpower, to make India as a developed country. So it is very much there, and we need to restart our 20 years back. So it is our responsibility, the youth's responsibility. The youth like Samuel Churchill, the youth like Ian Vinod Gopalan, and all the other team, they have to take the mission forward. And that mission will ensure each and every state which is equivalent to become a developed country of the world. Okay, every state is poised to, has every potential to grow like a developed country of the world. So if we take up the mission, and if we politically motivate, if we politically inspire, if we politically lead from the front, the youth have to come forward to lead from the front, so that we will be able to create, to be able to showcase Tamil Nadu as one of the developed country across any other state in the country. Thereby, the other states will follow the path, and then finally India will become a developed nation as envisioned by Dr. Kalam. So it is in our hand. Mantle is with us. The mantle is with us to take it forward. The mantle is not with us to take it backward. Our politicians have taken the mantle from 30 years back. So now we have to take it forward. So I hope if we take up certainly next 20 years or 30 years, by 2030 we will be able to achieve it if we take up the mantle. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. To you.
Hi, Anna. I have learned lots of things from you. So the most important thing is your simplicity and humbleness. So you are the fourth step of Dr. Kalam, sir. So your behavior and your way of talking, and which makes me to learn more from you. So it means a lot, Anna. So again, I welcome you. I wanted to ask few questions from you, Anna.
Yes.
What kind of person was Dr. Kalam, sir? What kind of person was Dr. Kalam, sir?
That everybody knows. He is very simple, very humble.
It's a universal question.
Simple, humble, visionary, and vision oriented. Okay. And
Okay.
He has whatever he desired.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Okay, Anna.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. How Dr. Kalam used to connect with students?
Just a minute.
Okay.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, I can hear you, Anna.
Very, very clear, sir. Very clear, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. How Dr. Kalam used to connect with students?
How Dr. Kalam? I'm
Used
not
to
able to hear
connect.
you. Just a minute. How Dr. Kalam used to connect with students? Is that
Yes.
question? You're right.
Yeah, that is the question, right?
See, one day when I was a scientist working with Dr. Kalam, one day I got a call from Delhi, night
Okay.
12:30. He asked me to come to Delhi.
Okay.
And at that time, he was the principal scientific advisor to the government of India. After he submitted the vision, Developed India Vision 2020 to the government, one day he suddenly made a call and he asked me to come to Delhi. I don't know what for he is called, and then I went to Delhi after getting permission from my office. I went to Delhi and I met him on the day evening. He said, I am going to resign from this post. Okay. I was taken aback. Why, sir? Why do you want to resign? No, I am going to meet the students. I need to meet 1 lakh students. What for? Why you want to meet the students? I asked the question. He said, I am going to sow the seeds of Developed India Vision 2020 among the students, the young minds. Then I asked the question, sir, what sir these guys will do? They are only studying, they are growing at this stage. How do they understand? If at all you need to propagate your thought, you have to teach our MPs, MLAs, and our politicians, prime minister, ministers, and chief ministers, and other ministers and bureaucrats. You have already given the vision to the parliament, but unless you take up this to the entire India, going and telling to the students, how does it is going to make a change? I asked a question. He said, you are a funny guy. See, anybody who have grown up and more than 40, they will have their own problems in their life. They will have their own problem in their home. They will have their own problem in their career. And then the other problems will occupy their mind. They will not be able to concentrate on the national development. Okay, they will not be able to have the time to think about the national development, and they will not be able to concentrate. Already they have set their path towards their own career objectives. But if you sow the seeds in the young minds, it is unbiased mind. If you sow the seeds of development, if you sow the seeds of developmental politics, if you sow the seeds of a knowledge empowered nation, then that population, that youth population, that student population, they are the one who are going to change. They are the one who are going to bring a change in whatever the capacity, in whatever the roles they play, in whatever the task they undertake. Whether they become a doctor or engineer or IAS, IPS officer or a farmer or industrialist or entrepreneur or an actor or a politician or whatever may be that. Dr. Kalam don't like the word called politician. He says political leader. Anybody, I don't want a politician to be seen. I want a political leaders to born. Okay, a new political leaders to be born, not politicians to be seen. The current politicians who spoiled this entire country, okay, he doesn't believe them. Okay, he has believed the youth like you. So he has believed the people, the youth, in whatever the capacity. Now, as I am Vinath Gopalan, I know you for the last 5 years. You started in a small way, our Kalam Foundation, right? And you are able to do whatever the best you can do apart from your work, apart from your regular day-to-day activity. So you are allocating some percentage of time on a weekly basis or a monthly basis or on a yearly basis. You are contributing for the social development. You are contributing for empowering the youth around you. You are contributing the children, your growth. You are contributing the students' growth. So this is what everyone has to possess, the quality. Apart from, you have to achieve the financial independence first. then
Okay.
work for the social development, work for the
Okay.
political development, create a
Okay.
political awareness, and then create a knowledge-based society. A society who doesn't depend on the caste, a society who doesn't depend on the creed, a society who doesn't depend on the religion. Okay, we need to build a political system. We need to build, we need to create a government which does not belong to a particular caste or a creed or a religion or a particular language. Okay, so we have to form a secular and a social and built on top of the social justice. We have to bring the social justice by bringing sustainable development and inclusive growth. So that is the vision that Dr. Kalam has sown in the seeds of every youth in the country. So when I traveled with him for the 20 years, I could not really see the fruits of it. But after his demise, I could see the kind of people, kind of a trees, okay, a blossoming trees, a blossoming flowers. I could see everywhere it is blossoming. Everywhere the youth are taking up the mission. Everywhere the youth are undertaking the social cause. Everywhere the youth are planting the trees. They're reviving the water bodies. They are teaching the children. They are educating the children, and they are discussing the developmental politics, and they are entering into the and making the environment clean and green. So this is a surge. This is a developmental surge which I am witnessing after the demise of Dr. Kalam. That means whatever he has imbibed in the minds of the youth is not only percolated in the minds of the youth, but also has spread among the parents, the spread among the experienced. Okay, so the good wave, the good vision is spreading. The good wave is also blossoming. So I could see literally the youth who work with the photo of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, with the name of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Every village now today is having Dr. Kalam's mantra, Dr. Kalam's foundation, Dr. Kalam's trust. In the name of Dr. Kalam, the youth are progressively advancing. I am really happy. If at all Dr. Kalam, in sitting in the heaven, he will watch and he will witness, and his soul will be very, very happy to see such a kind of a blossoming developmental agenda with a knowledge-based approach and then politics. Thank you.
Sir, here I have a continuing question to you, sir. But before that, I kindly request Thambi Ayan Vinod Gopalan, in your StreamYard, you just
wait a minute. My speaker, if any calls comes in, immediately my speaker goes out. Okay.
Social organizations to support the poor, support the youngsters, and create leadership and great vision among them to give them Dr. Kalam's vision. But why does the society still fail in a good development politics, not having good youngsters with us who comes and take politics as a great thing? So do the organizations really do something meaningful to the society? Or this is a long time question, sir. I also go to students, meet them. Sir, as you said, Dr. Kalam have met more than 1 crore of students, and you have personally visited lakhs and lakhs of students. So what is the change that you and Dr. Kalam meeting the students or great student fraternity like this can do to the society unless and otherwise a political system is being changed? And what is the challenge that you see here, sir? It's an important question, I feel, sir.
When we meet students, and Dr. Kalam must know more than 2.8 million students. Now I have been, for the last 5 years, I have been meeting at least around 20,000 students per month for the last 5 years. So, I'm not in other places and other countries also, wherever it is. So, the question is, our main aim is to imbibe these developmental politics, imbibe the sustainable development, imbibe the inclusive growth, the confidence among them, and what we can do and how we can shape our vision and our thought process by showing the example how what we have achieved so far in this country and what we have to achieve, what are the challenges we have, and what are the bottlenecks, and then the hurdles. What are the hurdles that we have to each and every student or youth to have to face the challenges. So it is a question is the question is our students and the youth should be not only dependent on IQ, they also have to have a very good EQ, emotional quotient. The intellectual quotient along with the emotional quotient. The emotional quotient is the one which connects the youth to the society, the youth to the other people. Okay, so these are the two bonds. One side you need to have IQ, the another side you need to have emotional quotient. These two things are very, very essential for any youth to contribute for the society. Okay. Now, when we meet the youth and the students and then give them the confidence and give them, motivate them to face the challenges, to cross the risk and to cross hurdles and to come out of the slavery of the situation and then achieve greater heights. They achieve there are many areas. Not only the youth are not, we are not seeing the visible change in the political spectrum because the youth is not only entering into political spectrum. The youth is taking up various jobs. The youth have to undertake. They have the responsibility to lead the family. They have the responsibility to take care of the parents. They have the responsibility to get a good job. Getting good job is the basic foundation for leading a good life. So it is a question of getting a good job. For getting a good job, you have to have a good education. You have to have a good higher education. And not only everybody wanted to become an employee, many people wanted to become employer. So they have to have an innovation ecosystem to become an entrepreneur. So everybody has a passion to become an employee. They want to become a doctor or an engineer or an IAS, IPS officer or anybody for that matter. They want to become an employee. So for to become an employee, you have to have a good education. You have to compete, and then you have to achieve, and you have to enter into the job profile. Whatever may be the profile, whether government or a private or whatever it is. Okay, the government have certain position, and private also. Private depends on the government policies. If the government policy is not good, private employment will not be available. Right? Private employment will be down. Private employment, as we said, now before Corona, after Corona, total employment scenario has changed, and we are more than 50% unemployment rate has increased, and more than 57% of the MSME sector has been closed down. That means, see, as a youth, you can study well, you can do well, you can upskill yourself, but who will do the employment? Government has to do the right government, the people's government. The government has to enact the policies for inclusive growth. The government has to enact policies for sustainable development. Then only you will get a gainful employment, valuable employment. Right? So when we motivate the youth, they are ready. They are ready for employment. But who is going to give them employment? That is where the problem is. Everybody all the youth, they will contribute to a certain level at the age of when they are doing college or when they are before getting a job. They will be very active in the social sphere. They will be able to contribute. They will be able to assemble together. They will be able to go and plant trees. They will be able to do social service. Everything they will do. But beyond a certain point of time, they have to look for a job. They have to get employment. So this is a bigger responsibility each and every youth is facing today. Now, what will happen? The youth should get a value-added employment. The youth should get a gainful employment in India, in Tamil Nadu. The responsibility lies with whom? The responsibility lies with those who be young. The responsibility lies with those we make them to rule us as a CM or a PM. Right? If they not the responsibility to provide employment, to bringing jobs. For bringing jobs, they have to create infrastructure development projects to if they venture into bringing infrastructure development projects and sustainable development, they do not know how to do it. For last 20 years, they wasted time. They wasted everything. Unless they implement interlinked reverse mission, smart water-based grid mission, Evergreen Revolution mission, Pura mission to bring sustainable development and self-reliance in rural areas, and then aerospace mission to bring energy independence vision 2030. So such a great visions are given by Dr. Kalam. Unless central government and state government venture into such a kind of the projects, okay, the industry will not get created, the entrepreneurs will not come into power, they are coming to work. If the entrepreneurs and industry is not coming into work, service sector will not sustain. If both industry and service sector manufacturing is not growing, then money flow will not be available, jobs will not be available. So, dear friends, ultimately everything depends on the politics. We are ruled, right? Today, we have seen a country is ruled by a right leader. A state is ruled by a right leader. If a state and a nation is ruled by a right leader, then nobody will come to streets for protest. No one will come to street for protest. They will look after their work. They will do their jobs properly. They will have a good employment and earnings, and they will be happy with their family. Right? If everybody is coming and working for and fighting for their livelihood opportunity, starting from farmers to industries and then workers and then informal sector and formal sector, everybody is in distress now. Everybody is in problem now. That means our rulers are not right people. We have selected a wrong people, and that is why we need to have youth with a vision. They have to sacrifice themselves and then come into politics and then change the entire roadmap of the politics and snatch the wrongful ruling, snatch the corrupted politicians away from the ruling system. That means we have to throw them out. We have to clean the system. Then only it is possible to create the people's government. Create a government which is responsive to the people's aspiration. A government who listens to the voice of the people. A government who understands the plight of the people. A government who treats all the people equivalent, irrespective of the caste, creed, language, religion, everything. A government who understands, and our government is not to us, is not dividing the people on the caste line, religion line, or any other line. The government has to work for the welfare of the people. The government should come out with the sustainable and inclusive policies. The government cannot be run by extractive policies by enacting the laws like GST, the higher GST, the total waste implemented system. The system of GST is a total utter waste. Okay, the complete the information and communication technologies adopted by GST filing system is the one which is haunting the formal sector of the economy. The demonetization has collapsed the informal sector, right? The policies adopted by the government have made the entire country to come onto streets. This is the problem. So our leadership have to understand and change, or we have to change the leadership. That is the problem. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. And thank you, sir. Now, I think we have come to the end of the session. It was so great, sir, because whatever the things you have answered, it is not only for the youngsters, sir. It is for the country, because you care the country a lot, and that is one great thing. Now, I request you to give your special wishes to our Kalam Foundation and wish in their 5th anniversary. And wish all the projects of I.N. Vinod Gopalan. So, which your blessings and wishes is one great thing for Thambi I.N. Vinod Gopalan, who has been traveling throughout for students' welfare and poor also, sir.
Thank you, Samuel. Very, very happy to interact with both of you, and as well as the Youth Foundation and I.N. Vinod Gopalan's team. And also reach out to the majority of the youth in India as well as abroad. And I'm happy that I am Vinod Gopal and team, our Kalam Foundation is venturing into realizing the visions of Dr. Kalam. You undertake the Pura mission, whatever Dr. Kalam has envisioned in the Pura mission, you undertake. We will extend a complete support from Abdul Kalam Mission India Foundation, Vision India.
Okay. Okay.
And we are number of missions in agriculture, in energy,
Okay.
in investment, in education and healthcare. We have Dr. Kalam has given as a vision to be realized. In a small way, we will start. You can, whatever the territory you are focusing, you have to start working on that. We will train you, we will empower you, and also the youth around you is fully financially achieve financial freedom. Okay.
Okay.
Then
Okay.
you can look for the social development. So whatever the visions, not only social
Okay.
development, one of you should achieve financial freedom. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
missions and empower the rural people, empower the youth, and empower the children. Work for the children and the women development. At the same time, you can also empower yourself. I wish you all the success, and I will be with you. I will not go front of you. I will not go behind you also. I will walk
Okay.
along with you. Certainly, we all join together and make a great
Okay.
nation and make
It
a
means
great
a lot, Anna.
first Tamil Nadu will become equivalent to that of a great developed country. We will make it
Yes,
first.
Anna.
We
Okay.
will achieve the developed India vision. Then always superpower India. We will make it. Thank you.
Okay, Anna. It means a lot, Anna. Thank you so much. And I wanted to tell one most important thing is like our Kalam Foundation is the child of Youth Foundation, because like without Youth Foundation, our Kalam Foundation is not here. So I thank Dr. Samanna so to making me to start this foundation and run successfully. He supported me in many ways. So and he joined. He was the very special guest in my college time. So when I'm giving seminar to my juniors, thank you so much, Samanna. So to making me a big leader, and I especially thank Ponda Jana. I learned more things from you. The most important thing is I learned very simplicity and humbleness from you. Thank you so much, Anna.
Thank you. Thank you. Wishing you all success, Thambi Ayan Vinod Gopalan. The blessings of Dr. Kalam is directly to you through